Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast, episode 571. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinstein,
Ahoy.
and Tony Korkanakis.
Hello.
Welcome, listeners and viewers, to the Gamecast 571.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm going to really just quickly talk about the fun we just had on the movie cast. So check it out. We watched the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer live on the podcast. We haven't never
First
done
time
that
ever.
before.
Yep.
It was interesting for all of us to get all of our reactions live because usually we always talk about news breaking after the podcast. Like it very rarely breaks while we're on the podcast. So it's like when I saw the time scheduled for that trailer, I'm like, this is unbelievable. This is actually happening during our recording. So we had a lot of fun. So please watch that episode. We actually streamed it, so you can go look at it at Twitch. It'll be over on YouTube as well for the longer term people who haven't, I think Twitch only keeps it for like a week or two or whatever it is up there.
Yeah.
It'll be on YouTube as well. So subscribe and follow us there or on Twitch. If you're watching this on Twitch, thank you for joining us. And we are live, and it's going to be fun. So let's kick this episode off with what we've been up to, guys. I don't have too much. I mean, I'm really bad at Metroid. Kind of getting killed. Yeah, I'm having fun with it. Don't get me wrong. Like it's not.
Did we
It's
expect
not
anything
like-
else, Tony?
This
Come
is
on.
turning into a 60-hour game for you.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's not because I haven't had much. The problem is the gap between. Like, listen, I'm working on stuff at work, at home, so like my time is not a lot, and I had a big problem this whole weekend with work, so I had to be in every single day of the weekend. So I didn't have much time to play. So I did play more here today before we started this podcast. I played from 6 o'clock until like 7:30. I played more, and I died. I don't know how many times because I am bad at avoiding the Emmys. I think they're called the Emmy units. I'm just.
Which one are you on?
I'm on the last. I'm on the last one. I know I'm on the last one. I'm at the end of that game. Like I'm right there.
Is
I
it
just
the fast one or?
Yeah, it's super fast. I know
Okay,
that.
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're close. You're close.
Yeah, I'm gonna be done with it soon, and I'll be playing it. I actually be playing it this weekend because right now everything's knock on wood. It's actually working very well now. So I had to go and rewire like things at the school, like actually wire. So it takes a long time, and it was every day. So I couldn't get into much gaming, especially when I was like, stuff broke at work, and I'm like, I bought my Eternals ticket, so I'm like, I'm going to see Eternals. I don't care. The doors. I don't even care. Doors wide open right now over here, like at my office, and I'm like, I don't care. So I'm going to see the movie, and I'm going to fix it. That's what I did. It's unbelievable. But I had to have my own time, like you said, and I forgot to mention the Long Halloween. But whatever. That was very good. Very good. Love that. But that was really it for me. I want to play Halo Beta because that came out. Did anybody play that on here?
Well,
Yep.
it's not the beta.
It's not the beta.
It's
It is a
out.
multiplayer. Yes, but they're
Yeah,
calling it a
technically,
beta. Yes,
but
they're
everyone
calling
can
it a
play it.
multiplayer beta. It's the game, and they said they're calling it the beta until December 8th. So it is what it is. They said that 100%. They're calling it a beta right now, even though it's the game. And who got to try it?
I did.
I did.
Yeah. So now, guys, great. Is it good Halo? Like, what are we getting here?
So the funny thing for me is before this happened, and it was a surprise to me because I'm not paying attention to what Halo Day is. I was occasionally
Xbox
playing.
Day, but go on.
Whatever.
Same thing.
It's all the same.
It is the same.
I was playing Master Chief Collection a bit as well, like right up until it. And I'm going to say the opposite of what someone, our good friend on Discord, said. It feels to me like this game could be part of Master Chief Collection. I feel like it's basically Halo 4 with some new maps and a little cartoony sheen. There isn't the new equipment thing, but it felt, I'm like, oh, this is cool, but does this feel new and different to me after all the Halo I've been playing? It's definitely not as slow as the older games, but as far as Halo 4 goes, it's the same type of thing.
I don't know. I felt like it's slower than Halo 5 because Halo 5 was way faster.
I never played Halo 5.
Okay.
I
5 was
skipped
way
that.
faster than 4 in terms of multiplayer because I did play some multiplayer of that game.
then it's probably slower than 5. Would be my guess. I played
Which
it
is good.
once or
Which is good.
twice a real long time ago.
The purpose of like Halo has always been a slower shooter. That's the idea behind it. I think it's always been like that. Like it's not Unreal. Unreal was always a fast-paced shooter. Like that was a quick, always moving kind of game. Where Halo has that, sidewinder level where you can kind of really take your time and go slow at it. They always have that stuff, and that's what I like about the game. That's why I think so. That's what is Halo. Slower. It's not supposed to be as fast. That's what I didn't like about Halo 5. Honestly, it was just too fast.
Yeah, no, but it felt similar. Obviously, going from one to the other, the Master Chief Collection to that. But it has its own things. I am waiting for a little more. I have to find it more, a little more customization on choosing what type of matches you want to do, because unless you create your own, I think you kind of just have to be a little bit of a grab bag situation. And I do not like objective-based games too much in Halo, so I spend a lot of time being annoyed. I capture the flags and stuff like that while playing it. And also the progression system looks terrible. Super greedy, shitty, battle pass garbage.
It's all right. That's why it's the beta.
Wait, why do you think it's greedy?
Because you don't get it for the experience unless you do a certain challenge. And the only challenge that I've seen that's consistent is playing a certain number of games. You don't get it for doing better. And also you don't get anything really until you do the premium, other than a couple things that it doesn't look like much of anything really. Unless you do the premium version. It's not great. They have to probably tweak it. It reminds me quite a bit of Avengers, honestly, giving it a look that way.
Interesting.
One thing I give
a
little credit
it makes
for
sense.
with
It's
their
free.
Battle
But...
Pass thing is it never goes away.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
It's season 1 you'll be able to accomplish all the season 1 stuff until you finish it.
Whenever
even
you
if
want
you're in
to.
season 4.
Yeah.
So I think that every other game so far that I've ever played with a Battle Pass, it doesn't. You're locked out of that season once it's over.
Yeah. But you
anyway,
get to play this or no?
I played 2 games of it on my PC, and I don't think I can play it on my PC.
Yeah, no, that's my worry right now. I mean, I have my Xbox, but I have this nice laptop I was gonna try it on. I thought about it.
Yeah,
I'd give it a shot. That might be I got this computer because it right pre-COVID, and I was gonna be able to play games, and I played Borderlands and stuff. But this thing I think is the network. It might be my network, but I was just it was just running really slow for me.
The game is demanding. Even on my rig, I was just like.
Mm-hmm. It took me 20 minutes to get into the game. Also,
no,
that graphics card requirement's pretty high. I know that. It's beefy.
I wonder how downgraded my Xbox One version.
Oh, that's right. You're in the one.
Yeah,
I was trying to
because
turn all the any settings that were gonna chew up any resources. I was just just give me the basic shit, but still, it's not doing great here.
To me, going from Master Chief Collection, where with Halo 4's aesthetic, to this, it almost looks a little cartoony, almost cel shaded. Not quite cel shaded, but I get a little bit of that vibe. And it might be because there's big colored highlights on everyone now that wasn't there before, which is welcome because it's always kind of a problem for me in Halo to remember which color you are and
That's a problem.
Friend or foe.
It's I'll just shoot him. See what happens.
Yeah, but especially on this one, if you choose ranked, the default ranked thing is no radar and friendly fire on. That's default, so you don't want to shoot your teammates. But no, they highlight them. Blue for. I think you're always going to be highlighted blue if it's a teammate and red if it's an enemy, no matter what your color is.
Right.
So that's welcome. But it gives it a very sort of more slightly more cartoony, sci-fi, retro vibe, I think, to it visually.
I'm okay with that personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's just I was a little surprised.
Tony, you got to play some of it?
Yeah, I got to play it on my PC. I just messed around in the training, just trying out like the different weapons and the controls and the video settings and stuff like that. I played one bot thing just to
Mouse keyboard, I assume.
Yeah, mouse and keyboard. I'll try a controller eventually, but I did want to just try mouse and keyboard, and for the most part, it's really good. Again, I only played one real match against live people, and it was an objective map.
Played quite a few.
And I felt bad for the enemy team in the first round because like it was oddball, and like they touched the ball once, and we just like knocked them down, like killed them, picked it up, and they never touched it again. And I guess with oddball in this, it's best 2 out of 3 or something like that. So the next round, thankfully, they got the ball a bit more until I managed to grab it because there's only one other dude on my team that was grabbing it. Like he had like 2 minutes for like help time or something like that. But he like kind of wasn't playing it. So he was like kind of actively going after people. I'm like, dude, you got the oddball. You're not supposed to be doing that. Like, you move slower first of all, right?
KDs.
The best defense is a good offense.
So so one time I just waited for him to die. So I picked up the Powerball and I was like, I'm gonna play like a coward, and I'm just gonna like be like, oh look, they're over there. I'm gonna go this way. Like, fuck you. Either fight my allies. That's the ball
carrier's job.
Right, exactly. So I held it for like a minute straight, so we won. And I was like, all right,
it is funny because, well, I say I don't like objective games. By far, my best performance was in oddball as well. I had like a 20 and like 8 run, like kill death, and led the team in holding the ball. So that was a good one for me. Other things though, I was god awful. I got destroyed in a big team capture the flag. Like I was like 3 and like 15 or some garbage like that, and didn't do anything to help my team.
It still seems longer than I thought it was going to be. Actually,
what does?
What's that?
The time
to kill.
Yeah.
No, I think it's comparable to other Halo games.
Like I was like, oh wow, I'm not dead yet. Okay.
I have to get that.
I think it's comparable to other Halo games. I don't think it's less.
Much. By the way, I got a 50% trading credit bonus offer from a certain company.
Every game.
So, yeah, every game. So I'm like, I might be flipping some stuff here.
I can get rid of my Cyberpunk.
Yes, I was gonna say. That's why I started telling the story. I don't think I'm keeping Cyberpunk. I don't think I am. Like I'm getting like $19. I'm gonna get $19. It's been
out almost a year now, and they didn't add any of the things yet.
Just real quick though, on like, because I played on controller with my Elite controller on Xbox, and you get all the features with Elite and stuff, which is nice.
Like,
but one thing I do like, I wanted to remap some buttons, and there's no option to do a double press, like for something, like so like. In that, because I've been playing a lot of Destiny, guys. It's be real.
Yes.
And so I don't even know what you're talking about, honestly. Like what? Like
to
when
do a super, you press both the left and right trigger, bumper buttons.
Oh,
okay. So I wanted to remap some things around because how I have it, my jump button is on my left bumper, so I can keep my thumbsticks.
Good. That's the way you should do it.
And I couldn't do that and then have my equipment, because I guess the equipment thing was mapped to the left bumper, and I was like, well, let me just make it so it double press, and you couldn't do that, which I thought was unfortunate.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I actually, because I came off of Master Chief Collection, I had to choose like legacy option. I couldn't do the new version because I was playing too much Halo with the old Halo, click to zoom instead of left trigger to zoom type thing. Because I couldn't go back, so I'm like, all right, we'll do Legacy. And Legacy was exactly what I was doing in Master Chief Collection, so that's good. I'm sure it'll bite me in the ass in some way with the equipment.
It'll be slower, but it'll be fine.
Get used to something.
Like I'm gonna play that way too, Mike. When I play it, it's the way I learned. That's the way I know it. When I play Halo, I just go right into that mode. That's how it works.
Yep.
So yeah,
you gotta see
I will say that
you should download it. It's 24 gigs.
Yeah. No. I'm going to queue it up, without a doubt. And like I said, though, I'm going to get rid of Cyberpunk. It's not happening. So it's goodbye, Cyberpunk. I can't wait for some Black Friday deals. I'm looking forward to seeing what's on sale here. I know not much. I know.
Doesn't seem like much. Although GameStop had a buy two get one free sale recently. And for the first time, to my knowledge, they allowed you to use it on new game purchases, not just pre-owned. So I wound up picking up Shin Megami Tensei 5, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Cool.
and something else, and I used trade credit that I had left over, which was really cool. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, look. Like, essentially, that's like double dipping, because it's like, I got a bonus on that trade and credit anyway, and now I'm using on a promotion, which is like, buy two, get one free. So I was
Yeah,
like,
no, I was looking at
that's
that.
feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it's like, some of these are on sale. I don't want to get these because I'm not getting my full value.
Yeah.
So I was like, but yeah, no, I was actually looking for a couple of things because my kids, they love the Switch, so there's like a bunch of Switch games that were on there.
Yeah, Switch games, I think Walmart's going to have some good deals. I think 35 or something like that for a lot of Switch games. So.
Well, we'll see what they have. There's still more Black Friday.
Monkey Ball is going to be $20. That's worthy purchase for your kids.
Yeah.
They like monkeys, or they like
Nickelodeon Smash Brawler anywhere.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I would get Smash Brothers, and I wouldn't get that.
I have a Nickelodeon fan in the house, so is it going to be on sale?
It started out at like
sale.
as a
It was like
$45 game.
It was $20 like last week.
I missed it. Sorry. I should have got it then.
I'm sure it'll be on sale on Black Friday.
It will be $20.
Friday will probably be $20.
It was never really a full price game anyway.
Yeah, it was $40, I think. But all right, let's get. We got everybody covered. Yes, did we cover everything?
I did play Deathloop.
Oh yeah, how's Deathloop doing?
Deathloop's great. Like Deathloop uses the dual sense controller like really well. Like I mentioned it before.
Yes.
It definitely takes advantage of that controller to the fullest, and like it has that haptic feedback, and so like when you're moving, like you can hear your heartbeat and you feel it in the controller, stuff like that. It's very impressive with
How is
what they
the
do.
controller battery life?
Great so far.
I feel like we have this conversation already.
We have this conversation every new system because Sony never fixes.
No, but I feel like we had this conversation.
I've never
last
had
week.
the problem is like I don't have a problem with my battery life because I don't not charge it. So.
I definitely did not ask that question. I did not ask that question.
I'm pretty sure
Last
you
week
said
you did.
Yeah.
No way.
When he talked about Miles Morales, you asked this question.
No, I did not.
Yes,
No,
you
I
did.
didn't.
Yes, you did. I will
when I was
bet
gone.
you. I will bet you.
I don't know. I think this is when I was gone during the last week.
Yeah, I think you were
dropped
gone
out.
at that point.
Might have been 2 weeks ago.
It might have been 2 weeks ago, but I know since Corey got his PS5, Jim has asked this question.
I always ask the question. That's
I
always
know
my
you
wonder.
do,
It's
but
gonna
I'm
be
just
4
like
hours.
you asked this question like the other week.
So,
But I can't like if there's like best peripheral the category at the Game Awards, I think DualSense needs to win that.
especially when it's used well. I heard. Yeah, it's excellent. So, Tony, did you play anything else?
No.
All right, Mike.
And I finished the school storyline in Lost Judgment,
Oh,
which is like the main big side campaign. And it's funny because that felt more like a traditional mystery than the main story. And it's fun. It's also pretty much optional. And if you missed out on that, you're missing out on, I feel like, most of the content in the game. So it was good. I liked the way it went. It wasn't my first guess for the whodunit part, but it was like my second or third, which is okay. I don't think there's much left to do in that game other than go on these awkward dates you can do. To play with girlfriends.
You're all good,
Yeah,
man.
so-
Halo.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to getting more into Halo, even though I may not be the most high on it, but I think maybe it'll build up for me. We'll see.
I mean, it's not going to replace Destiny for me. But,
One's
anyway.
Bungie, one's only 343, so I get you. Man. All right. News-wise, Quantic Dream Star Wars game is apparently set during the game that's not confirmed yet, by the way, but it's most confirmed without being confirmed. Set during the High Republic era, which is great. It's peak.
I mean, if it's story-driven, the odd tell
Yeah, I mean,
stories that don't tie into anything else.
I like those books so far. Like I've gone through 2 of those books already in the High Republic, and I really do like it's the peak Jedi moments, but it's no characters that we know. They mention Yoda, but there's
Fuck the Jedi. Who cares? Fuck it.
No, but it's like peak Jedi. It's like good Jedi, like stuff you've never seen them do. Like it's really cool stuff that they do in the books.
Good or
yeah, be like successful at things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be successful at doing things. Yes.
Cool. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care though. I can't. It's so far in the past. Why the fuck do I care?
I don't know.
It's so far in the future.
This reminds me of Old Republic, where Knights of the Republic, where like you can do your own story here and make it really good. So I'm hoping it's good. Haunted Dreams game.
Yeah, we'll find out in
we
like
mentioned-
4
It's
years.
a
When
good
have they
game.
made a good game though?
Yeah,
Not a
that's
game
true.
but an experience.
Game, sure, experiences. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see. We mentioned Halo. The beta's out. Xbox had their 20th anniversary celebration on Monday, where they announced more backwards compatibility games. 76 new games.
Last
Backwards
batch.
compatibility.
Last
That's
batch.
it. Yeah. That's it, because they said going forward now, there's just too many licensing issues.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
they didn't expect that, but that was cool to see. And I think all they've announced besides that was just Halo beta, really, and showed the Halo stuff, right? Did they announce anything else? Forza.
Well, you keep saying beta, Jim, but
It's not a
Yes.
beta.
I know that, but that's the story they're going with. They're calling it a beta. I'm telling you guys, they're calling it a beta.
Who?
You go on
Who?
their account.
Halo. I think that is what it says on the
Yes,
screen.
100%. They're
When you
calling it a
click on
beta,
it.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up.
I don't see beta
Yeah.
anywhere on the Steam page.
Oh my god. Just go to their Twitter account. It's every time they talk about Halo, it's the beta, the multiplayer beta, everywhere you go. I'm not even kidding you guys. Go look it up.
I am looking it up right now.
You will find
Alright.
it. And I'll be like, yep, I told you. So yeah, we had that. Really was it. You know what's funny is, like, I think the world would break if they ever announced a 1 vs 100 sequel. I just, like, I keep seeing people post like this would be the time to do it, and it never happens. So it's just Microsoft. When are you going to do this? Or Fusion Frenzy? How about Fusion Frenzy a follow up?
Ugh.
That was a fun game.
No, it
That was a
wasn't.
lot of fun.
No, it
Yes,
wasn't.
it was. That was a fun game. Don't hate on that game because it wasn't Mario Party. it
I'm
was
not
still a good
hating
game.
on it for not being good Mario Party. I'm hating on it for being a bad game.
No, it was not a bad game. It was a good game. I liked Fusion Frenzy. I enjoyed Fusion Frenzy quite a bit on the OG Xbox. I'm not misremembering it. I really enjoyed that game. So,
You know, to each their own.
yeah. I mean,
Power Stone, man, was what
Power Stone. Yeah. I'd say there's properties that I just don't understand why they haven't brought back to use. So, like, there's ones I understand why Blinks is still dead. I get it. Keep the cat dead because that was not a good series. But
There's nothing to celebrate about the Xbox franchise other than the games they already make, like Halo and Forza.
And they're bringing more. Hopefully, we get a lot of stuff. And they've all but confirmed that the Skyrim game is going to be exclusive, essentially. So that's going to be huge for them to have the Skyrim whenever the hell it comes out.
You mean Elder Scrolls?
Exclusive. Oh, Elder Scrolls. Sorry, Skyrim. You know what I meant. It is Elder Scrolls, but all right. Let's see what else we have here. Game Awards nominees. Let's see. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank, and Resident Evil Village are all the nominees for the of the year Game of the Year award for the VGS.
And I haven't played a single one of those games.
I only played Deathloop.
Dread's really good. I heard Deathloop was excellent. Psychonauts 2, I didn't get to play too much of. I didn't hear much about the Village, Resident Evil Village.
It was early on in the year. That was the whole everyone's horny for Tall Lady.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
It Takes Two.
Returnal didn't make it on there. That seemed very much a game that they would throw in there. But maybe
I'm shocked. It Takes Two is like,
Ratchet
why is that
and
on
Clank
here? I didn't hear much about that
gets
game.
Returnal?
Oh, it's like
No,
a
It Takes
sort
Two.
of
It
indie
Takes
darling type thing, I think.
Is that the guy, the crazy guy who
F the Oscars.
F the Oscars? Is that him?
Hazelight Studios, is that him?
Yeah. That's him.
Just know that it's a weird, like, yarn.
Dude, if he wins that game,
Married
if he wins
couple
Game of the
thing.
Year, I mean, what kind of speech we getting if he wins that?
I mean, he already won like some awards from the first game.
Yeah.
It's successful.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
And Jeff's even
he's
brought it
hilarious.
back on the show, so. You know.
Oh, they kind of make fun of it now. It's like a big thing for them.
Yeah.
So, but all right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we want to talk about here. I left the best for last or the worst for last. Bobby Kotick.
I mean, in all
Activision
honesty,
Blizzard.
like
I don't know what else.
Like
This is
the thing
almost
about
like
this
Murderer
company is,
kills
like,
someone.
No, yeah, but I mean,
Story.
like, at this point, you like they don't even deserve to be in the news. Like they're just getting
Yeah.
all this like publicity, which is bad publicity, obviously. But like I just wish people would just like be like, let all that stuff get settled in the court and all that stuff. And just, like,
Although I
care
will
about
say
the
this
anymore, 'cause
is
these
You guys are
another
talking
level.
over each
Terrible.
other, so
I
take
know.
turns.
But I will say that while I am really bored to death of hearing about this company now. This is another level a little bit, because before we were going just being like, oh, you're being willfully ignorant of like a frat boy culture. Now we got death threats and intentionally like not reporting a rape. That's a different level. Very different.
No, I mean there's scumbag and then there's like Bobby Kotick. Like it's like a different like this. You have now a new level of
at least
like
person. At least previously he could hide behind the facade, at least, of I had no idea these things were so bad at Activision at Blizzard.
Unbelievable.
Of my company, Activision Blizzard. But now all this stuff is coming out, and it's like, actually, you did know about it, and you also participated in it, and you threatened to kill somebody.
Yeah.
So,
it's like, how did you not though? Like, if you're in that position as that like you're supposed to be this smart like CEO of this major company, how do you not know something? Like, and not if you didn't know something, how do you not investigate when people start mentioning or you hear whisper? Like, that's your job. Like that is literally your job, is to make sure your company is running at peak efficiency. And when the people that are trying to run like to move this company forward aren't working at peak efficiency, it's like, what the fuck? Like, how do you like not do something about it?
That's part of the problem, though. I'm sure in his eyes, efficiency means just ignore that. That's efficiency. It's not. Well, that's what you're not going to be efficient if you're
like terrible person. Like,
what's the thing? Like, I mean, just
like to in that Harvey Weinstein level.
Just to give those not in the know who's listening to this or watching this, Activision CEO Bobby Kotick told an employee he would have her killed. He kept an exec from being fired after a sexual harassment claim. And he didn't tell his board of alleged rapes and other misconduct. So this is all from the Wall Street Journal. And I believe Schreier broke some news on this, right, too, as well?
So the Wall Street Journal is the one that came out.
It's Wall Street Journal that broke it? Okay. And he just kind of followed it up. So
he just brought it up.
Yeah, I mean, there's some obviously big names with this. And we've talked about Kotick before, where it's like, even when we talked about him before, and that's what I was trying to talk about before, he's still at fault. Like, forget this news right now. Forget, like, obviously try to. He's still the head of the snake back when shit was going down, like, really bad. Like, right? Like, when they were all in the news, every week we were talking about their shit show that was going on. We even said back then that he's still the head of the snake, where it's not going to change as long as that doesn't change. And now this comes out, and this is furthering that point, is what I'm trying to say. Like, that's what's unbelievable about this. It furthers that.
Yeah. Even if he had to know something, and even if he didn't know, he just stood by and watched. Like,
yeah, we've said it before. Like,
or not watched, but just stood there and let it happen. Like, it's you can't as a head of the company.
Negligence is not an excuse, right? Is that
not when there's no one else left after you. Like the buck stops with you, bud.
Yeah,
right. And that's the thing. Right. I mean, everything else up until today. No, you could be like. Good.
No, I mean, like that was an argument that was from before today. Like, that kind of doesn't matter. Like, again, like I said, looks like willful ignorance of the bad side of a frat boy culture that I'm sure he intentionally bred because he wanted to have fun. Whatever, fine. You're an idiot, but fine. But this is a different level. This is being bad, like personally on purpose. Yeah. No way around it. You can't. There's no gray area anymore.
Yeah.
So there was that. In addition, because we talked about, there's so much news here. It's hard to sift through it.
Yeah, I mean, his moral compass is just pointing south. There's no
right. So back in August when the former CEO of Blizzard got fired, and the two people were hired as co-leaders. The woman Jen O'Neill was the first female co-head of World of Warcraft studio Blizzard, and during a time when they were being sued by the state of California for pay discrepancy for the same position between men and women, the co-leaders that Bobby assigned had a pay discrepancy. Had a discrepancy. Like, how terrible do you have to be like, let's say we're being sued for sexual discrimination and pay inequality.
I think we even talked about how it's like, this feels like a token promotion. Like, 100%. You're not even gonna it's like you can't even just have a woman take the place. You have to have a man and a woman because you
Right.
couldn't just give it. You couldn't just give it to the man, but you couldn't also just give it to the woman. So we'll just kind of go 50-50. But we're gonna keep your pay structure the same, even though you're supposedly leaders of this company.
Right.
But,
so it came out today. Let's see real quick. In August, she was named to be co-head following the news. And then afterwards, the next month, she sent an email to a member of Activision's legal team in which she professed a lack of faith in Activision leadership to turn the culture around, saying, quote, "It was clear that the company would never prioritize our people the right way," end quote. She went on to say that in the email, she herself had been sexually harassed earlier in her career at Activision, and that she was paid less than her male counterpart at the helm of Blizzard, and wanted to discuss her resignation. Quote, "I have been tokenized, marginalized, and discriminated against." Miss O'Neill, who identifies as an Asian American and gay woman. She described a party for an Activision development studio she attended with Mr. Kotick around 2007, in which scantily clad women danced on stripper poles. At the same party, a DJ encouraged female attendees to drink more than the men so that they would have a better time, according to another person who was present. Ms. Klasky said Mr. Kotick didn't even remember having such a party.
Wow.
So it's just like, come the fuck on, dude. Like, I can't with this company anymore. I really can't. And I'm also at that point where, like, it's kind of sickening to hear. Like, I'm sick of hearing this stuff because it keeps getting worse. Like,
there's no fix to it either.
At least before there was a non-zero chance, like, you know what? Maybe it is just Blizzard. Maybe it is. Like, there's a slim but possible chance that is just fucking Blizzard. That's absolutely terrible. But no, after today, it's like, no. The whole company of Activision Blizzard is just corrupt.
Fold it down. Just close it out.
Yeah.
That's it. The only way to fix it.
And props to the employees of Activision Blizzard, who apparently today organized a walkout in light of all this news. And they had, I think, between 100 and 150 people showing up at the campus, which, good for them. They're risking their livelihoods and their families and stuff like that to, take a stand for, their company. So... Fuck Bobby Kotick. He's a fucking piece of shit. I mean, and again, even before, like, I mentioned it at some point that, like, I'm sorry, you don't have ties with Jeffrey Epstein and not have some, like...
Skeletons
in the closet, exactly. It's like, you're not a friend with that dude unless you're also a shitty person. I'm sorry if anybody listening to our podcast was at one time friends with Jeffrey Epstein, but you're probably a piece of shit too. So, yeah. There you go.
I think you're safe in saying that one for our podcast. That's okay.
So we'll put a Jeffrey Epstein friend trigger warning on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, unfortunately, that's the way we're going to end this episode.
Well, really quick, and then their stock price tanked, I think, 7% today or something like that. So
it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough. Absolutely.
Still.
And then the one thing
crazy,
the board of directors is standing behind him. In light of all this, they're still like, we still believe in him. I'm like,
well. So the other thing that's like disappointing in my eyes is that if you watch the stock market and stuff and pay attention to it, there are tickers and there's like alerts out to buy options and calls because they think this is going to rebound. Like
absolutely,
there are people
100%.
that say this is gonna, and it's like, are you kidding? Like this is a company just like 10-foot pole's not long enough here, guys. Like you need to stay further away than that. Like don't go anywhere near this company. The only way I would ever get involved in this company is if I would short this stock. Try to. I just want to see how far it goes, and make money on their failure, and that's how I see it. But I'm not even. I wouldn't even want to do that just because I don't want to have anything to do with this company going forward.
I mean, I used to own shares in their stock, but then when the whole Blitzchung thing, I was like, nope, fuck this company.
Yeah, no, I mean, like when the Overwatch League, I thought Overwatch League was going to be the next big thing in esports, and like I'm gonna get in on this and buy some Activision stock, and it did well enough. But then all this stuff, I'm like, and
the other thing, kind of like lesser, obviously in the news, but I linked it earlier. But apparently, Call of Duty, whatever the new one called,
Vanguard,
is down 40% year over year, first week in the UK. So UK is a smaller market, obviously, but obviously, I don't think it bodes well.
Dude, we'll see how. Talking about Call of Duty right now, anyway. Like, I don't see anybody talking about it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But You know,
It
it's
took
like,
it 20 years for it to be fatigue, but maybe.
Or in a
maybe
pandemic.
this is Halo's time. Who knows? It could,
Might be.
Destiny's got nothing
Yeah,
new till
there's a
February.
window for it.
Everybody's down on these Modern Warfare / Battlefield shooters, so like I don't hear anything
Yes.
about it's Battlefield. I think the
Battlefield's
early
out.
access was out.
Oh, I heard only awful things
Yeah,
about
I heard
Battlefield.
that's a
Yeah.
mess right now.
Yeah, and so what's I mean, like it's so maybe maybe Halo can rise again. Do a little.
Possible.
history.
Doors
Got a
open.
chance.
Doors open.
I'm rooting for him, but we'll see.
All right. And that's going to wrap up 571 of the Gamecast. Thanks for tuning in. You can write us allyoucangeek@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we're on Twitch. If you're not watching us live on Twitch, we do stream. Check us out. We'll see you guys soon. We're done.